welcome to my channel, and today we're going to talk about a topic that I've actually had a lot of requests on by men. Why are women attracted to jerks? So we're going to go ahead and do a couple interviews. I actually did interviews on 6 people, 3 women and 3 men. So we're going to go ahead and see what they said. Check it out. Why do you think that there's women that are attracted to bad boy types?
Well, from personal experience, it's because bad boys or jerks don't give you attention, and like you want that attention. You want to be the person to fix them, or like be the problem solver, be the person that they change for. I know I love attention, and if a guy's not giving me attention, I strive more for that kind of attention, you know?
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on who the girl is. Like if she's into that, she's obviously gonna be about that. But like also, I guess since American culture always revolved around that, like with who's the guy with
the greaser guy, James Dean. James Dean.
Everybody loved him just because he was an attractive guy, and then he was this cool dude who like rebelled against everything. And I guess girls just like oh, I'm this guy, like I can do anything. So they kind of like the sense of not being able to stop this guy. He's just dominating.
Are just kind of bored with, they just want a challenge.
The excitement, the thrill. They like being with that type of guy. The nice guys are quiet. They don't get acknowledged. Their presence doesn't get acknowledged on them.
Why are there some women that tend to be attracted to some jerks? And why does that happen? Where does that even come from? There's women out there that can't tell the difference between masculinity and ego. I remember seeing this man, we were at this bar. I was with my friends, and we're friends with the bartenders, so we were there for a little bit. But there's this man who comes in with this girl, and they tell him, you know what, it's closed. And then he responds, can I just sit here for a second? I just want to sit here. They're like, it's closed. And then he says, I'm an owner. Is there a problem here? I'm an owner. Everybody stays quiet, and the bartender just goes, yeah, for a second, while he called the security guard. I really was looking at the woman because I said, if that was me, I would have been like, I would have let go of his hand. I would have been embarrassed. I would have left. The woman started kind of just smiling, and she saw him like, oh my gosh, he's so brave. He's so bold. Ego and disrespect are confused with pride, courage, and they're confused with boldness and confidence. So that's why there's a lot of women who are attracted to that, because they confuse those two. Just like the interviewees were saying, it depends on the woman. It does depend on the woman. People said challenge, right? There's some interviewees that said the challenge. Human beings, when you've probably heard that saying, everybody wants what they can't have, right? Humans, their nature is self-worth, is to be worthy and to feel special. They want to feel proud of themselves, so they want to be able to achieve or to accomplish or to have anything that they want. So if they see that they can't have a certain something or someone, they feel like they need to accomplish or to reach that or to have it. They validate their worth by obtaining someone, but the validation comes within you. When you find your worth, when you love yourself, when you find your self-respect, you have it. You won't need anybody else. If you don't know how to do it, you're always going to be attracting those jerks. They're always going to be making you chase them. They know that you think your validation is in their hands. They know that you think that, so they're going to use that in their favor. The movie industry, they make you think that that jerk type will change for you. That jerk type will you'll fix this jerk type. Movies paint it so nicely. I was gonna say in Spanish, te lo pintan bonito, right? That's the saying in Spanish, that you can change them, that they're gonna do this for you and they're gonna do that for you. It's not true, okay? You even see it when they break up with you, they go back to their old ways. They were always like that. They didn't ever really want to improve for themselves, and that just means that they didn't love themselves. That's a red flag. Don't get your validation by fixing someone. You will never be able to fix someone. You will never be able to change someone. If people change, it's for themselves. It's because they really wanted to. People will want to change for themselves, then it's going to be permanent.
They're just not the nice, romantic, hi, how you doing type of guy. They're like, hey, let's go buy some drinks and let me take you home.
I think in my experience, mostly guys will kind of treat women at, like, expect women to bend to their will and kind of just, here's what you're gonna do, here's what I'm gonna do, and they kind of think they can live the way they want, but then keep them in one place.
They tend to be more manly strong, but actually I believe that they're more non-confident because they're trying too hard to get at that girl, but at the end they won't be able to keep that girl because the bad guy won't be able to keep her emotionally happy on the long term.
Just someone who's like, who's really into themselves and doesn't really care about the feelings of other people, and just like, they think they're better than everybody else even though they're probably worse.
Alright, so we're going to go more into detail of what really is a jerk. So what is the meaning of a jerk? They're very verbal, mentally abusive. You'll see that they say things to you that tend to put you down. On this one day, this person, I was saying my views, and when I would say my views, they would put them down. I said some view about how I thought about something, and they said, that's so stupid. That's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. The fact that they said that, they have no respect for you. They are putting down what you believe. They're gonna justify their verbal abuse, and they're gonna say, well, I'm just direct, I'm just bold, I'm just telling the truth, I'm just telling you how I feel. They're not being considerate. Mental abuse is them playing those mind games. They tell you, I love you, I'm gonna treat you good, I'm gonna be like this, I'm gonna be like that, but they don't back up what they say. When someone is mentally abusing you, they will say things, benefit them, and then make them look good, but they don't back up what they say because it's not true. Let's just say they got caught, right? And they try to tell you, no, and this could be true for women and men. It's not just men that can be like that. But we're just talking about men right now because men wanted this subject. But if they tell you, I will never cheat on you, and you catch them and they go, that wasn't me, I've never done that, I didn't do that, they are mentally abusing you because they're telling you, they're lying to you. That's mental abuse. They'll make you feel guilty just for them to get their way. They're good at being victims of, like, well, I never had a great past, I didn't have a great past, I didn't have a great childhood, so that you feel sorry for them. You excuse everything that they do because they're the victim. Jerks treat you like an option versus a priority. They'll say they want to see you, and then something else comes up, and they do whatever they want to do instead of seeing you. You're now an option. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes that happens, but if it happens a lot, you are an option to that person. If they expect things out of return, you're an option. They don't do it because you're a priority. When you're a priority to someone, they do it without seeking anything back in return. Sometimes it can be so confusing to know if this person is a jerk or not because they're sweet when they're sweet. They're amazing when they're amazing. But the biggest thing is, how are they when they're angry? Because if they don't care about you when they're angry, that's what they truly feel about you.
I mean, I guess it puts pressure on guys seeing that there's more girls attracted to this. So it makes them feel like, oh, I need to be this guy in order to get the girl that I want.
It scares the nice guy.
I feel like they give up on themselves being men, trying to impress women.
Ask some guys, like, why do you do this? And they're like, oh, because I tried being a nice guy once, or my whole life, and then it just never worked out for me, so I just started being an asshole, and then girls started sticking around.
How does this observation end up affecting men? You heard it from a lot of the interviewees. It makes the nice guy go bad. The nice guys give up. The good guys give up. The good guys say, well, they go with the jerk, so I'm gonna be a jerk. And they get tired of it. And so now they end up being jerks. You see, I truly believe that you should be who you are and just keep improving and keep improving who you are. And if someone does not like that, or they think you're too nice, or they think you're too this, why be with them? Wouldn't you want someone that's gonna accept or love the way you love? Why not keep doing it? And if they reject you, then they keep rejecting you. Keep looking for the one that loves it. You see, because if you change because women treated you bad, you don't have self-worth, you don't have self-respect, you don't have confidence in yourself, you don't love yourself. If the women that tend to go for jerks don't have self-worth, self-love, self-respect, and self-confidence, is that what you want in a woman? Because if you say, well, I'm going to turn into a jerk because the majority of women want jerks, then that's the kind of woman you're going to get. Yes, it requires more effort to, love yourself. Yes, it requires more effort to be with someone that loves himself, because they will not put up with you disrespecting them or you disrespecting people. You can do whatever you want. You could look at what we all said. You could look at all our views and say, well, I don't care, I'm still going to be a jerk. That is fine with me, and that is fine with you, because you could do what you want. But I'm just making this video to create awareness of what this cycle is doing and how to better prevent this cycle from going on. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours, and you could do whatever you want with it. I went to mass today with my best friend, and the pastor, Father Pat, he said, you can know all these things, you can go to church, but what do you do with what you learn at church? You could have sit here and watch probably, I'm not sure how long this video is, because my videos are pretty lengthy, but I don't know how many minutes you sat here watching to what we said, the knowledge and the wisdom that now you have because of what you learned. But what are you going to do with it? That's the true question. Alright, that was a little deep. So to kind of lighten up the mood, right? I wanted to introduce you to Bruce. He's new to the family. Yeah, I told you, my posse, right? My friends, they know I love sharks. It was actually given to me by Caitlin. She was actually one of the interviewees. She actually gave this to me for Christmas, and he is a big kahuna. He's big. If you really see him, like, he's maybe 3 feet, so he's like half of me, or maybe even more, like a little bit a little bit more than half of me. Yeah, he's huge. And so his name is Bruce, and we both named him, and it was awesome. And then I have this blanket that my best friend gave me. She's shy, so she doesn't like to come out of the videos, but she gave me this. So pretty. If you see, there's like several pictures of like memories of my family, of me and us, and it's an awesome, thoughtful blanket, and thank you. And thank you again for helping me, everybody that helps me, everybody that supported me. Thank you so much for the interviewees. I give you a huge shout out. Thank you so much for taking the time to be an interview. For everybody that watched this video, I am very thankful for you, and thank you for all the supporters out there. I've had a lot of people that I've talked to, and they have given me great feedback about how our generation needs to see this. I really think that we have our generation, millennial generation, has a huge responsibility for the next generation and to change this wave of how our generation is leading, because everybody knows, it's no secret how this generation is today, and that we have a lot of work to do. So thank you so much, and if you could please share this to other people, especially millennials. The reason why I say to share this is because I was talking to a security guard, and he has daughters of his own, and he was telling me how that I really need to get this message out there, because there's a lot of women that, because of society saying bad boys, F boy, I don't curse, so F boys, rude boys, and they're naming the jerk all these different things to make them sound cool or sound hip, or sound like attractive to this new generation, that they're getting these jerks and they're letting men think that it's okay to be a jerk. And so I also want a lot of a lot of young men to also see this video, to also know where this comes from instead of just looking at it from the surface. So if you could please share this video to spread awareness. I think it's safe to say that my next video will be about loving yourself, so stay tuned for that video. It's coming up. Please subscribe. The reason why I ask you to subscribe, and I didn't know this, I would just say subscribe because I saw other people say subscribe. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really new to this YouTube channel and really new to this world. But the reason why I say to subscribe is I found out, and I did my research, and the more subscribers I end up having, the more people, when they look up topics on the video that I have, my video will be one of the first ones for them to see, instead of not being in that category. You know, when you search in YouTube, those videos come up with the first ones are because they have a lot of views, they have a lot of subscribers. So it really helped me out, guys, so we can spread this awareness, that you subscribe or you create a YouTube account, so you can please subscribe so that we can spread more awareness. I know there's many other entertaining videos, YouTube channels, and they're entertaining, trust me, I love them all, to comedies, to makeup, to all of that. But I feel like we are lacking personal growth. So if you could please subscribe, like this video. When you also subscribe, you won't get a notification. I also researched this with other YouTube channels. So thank you, YouTubers out there. If you don't, there's a little bell to subscribe, and there's like a bell to the next of it. Click on that bell as well, because unless you click it, you won't get notifications every time I put a video up. But thank you so much. Welcome to the Transformation family. Thank you so much for subscribing if you do. And if you like the video, thank you so much for supporting. Have a great, amazing day. Mwah. Bye.
Just